Hello friends. 2 weeks ago, I was fired from my travel assignment. So I'm making this video out there for anybody else who has had the reset button hit on their life against their will. And that can happen in a number of ways, whether it's being fired, losing a job, which is true in my case, but there's other large life events that could produce a similar effect. For example, a big bad breakup or something like that. So what I'm going to talk about today is what do you do when you hit rock bottom and you have the reset button hit on your life. And I won't lie, I was a little bit blown out of the water when I got canceled from my contract. The reasoning behind it, way more ridiculous, way more crazy. The short version is there were some rumors and some gossip and some accusations on some things I did that were not true or based on any kind of truth. It was all paraphrased and twisted in just a abstract, out of context way. But I got fired. And for the first time in the nearly 4 years I've been sober and quit alcohol, I felt that impulse to drink, which hasn't happened to me in years. Like since I quit drinking alcohol, most of the impulses and urges left within like the first year or two. And then after that, I've been good. So this is the first time I've actually been triggered to that extent, which can kind of help magnify like the gravity of the situation and kind of how I felt. And you know, I'm all about this space, mental health, self-growth, peace, self-improvement. And even I get blown out of the water sometimes because at the end of the day, I'm human, just like you. But 2 weeks later, I'm here making a video about this. Also, we're on a hike together too, through the lovely Ponderosa Pines, Mars Hill Trail, Northern Flagstaff, if you like what you see and want to check out more. But let's go back to talking about losing the job. So whenever I lost the job, I was blown out of the water. Like, one, I hit rock bottom. Two, I wanted to just impulsively just like drink and numb and not really sit with my feelings, which goes against everything I teach and talk about. Meditate, feel it to heal it, which I did. But the impulses for self-sabotage and just going further into deeper rock bottom are still there. And then the craziest thing is I almost started to believe the accusations and the reasons why I got fired were actually parts of my character, even though it was in stark contrast with the man I am. I'm gentle, I'm loving, I keep it real with you guys here on YouTube. I tell basically everything except the story because not worth talking about. And also I don't want any kind of blowback because I'm still eligible to take more travel contracts because the agency took my side. They're like, yeah, that's ridiculous, we'll find you another contract. Which means reset button hit on my life out of the blue. No longer have a job. The money is finite. Luckily I have enough saved to where I can be okay for a little bit, but it'll eventually run dry. So I gotta find another job, which means I gotta move because there's no reason being here in this beautiful place unemployed with no money. So I'll be taking off in a few days. But what I want to chime in on is that for a second I really believed that these accusations and these reasons for this bad thing that happened to me, even though it was unjustified, I actually for a split second almost took it to heart and thought, man, is this really how I am? Am I really this bad? Is this really my character? And I almost let it floor me, and I almost allowed very bad limiting beliefs to go into my psyche. And I sat down with myself and meditated a couple days on it. I felt it out, and I came to the conclusion that the one thing you got to do, no matter what you're going through, breakup, you got fired, you lost your job, is remember who the fuck you are. You're an amazing, beautiful person. You know your character better than anybody. We're all growing. We're all learning. I had to look at this trail sign real quick because I don't really know where I'm going. Does the trail just go straight? Or do I take a left turn? Hiking life. We're just gonna pick a direction and go straight. Sure. That's what we're doing, okay? Oh, there's someone I can ask directions for real quick. 1 second. All right, I've got my bearings and kind of where I'm at again. But whenever those things happen to you, the first thing is you got to sit with it. You got to marinate with it. But you got to absorb the blow. Take it even if it's unjustified, even if it's not your fault. Own up to it, take accountability, which is something Jocko talks about a lot in a lot of his books and his podcasts, is extreme ownership. Take accountability for everything in your life, the good, the bad, the ugly, because it gives you power over the situation. We can't control the things that happen to us, but what we can control is taking initiative to grab our balls, or for you women out there, we'll just end that analogy there. We have the power to control how we process and think of situations. And another thing I really like a lot is Mel Robbins always talks about this, that whenever adversity and shitty situations happening in your life, it's always working for you. You never understand a bad thing while you're going through it. It's only after years go by, months, weeks, some time, you look back on the situation, then you realize like, oh, that was actually a good thing. And because that happened, this happened to me, and my destiny changed, my path changed. Because you're on the right path, no matter where you're at, what you're going through. Everybody's on the path that's meant for them. That doesn't mean there's not going to be trials, tribulations, struggles, painful experiences. We're always going to have these. It's about absorbing those blows, moving forward, remembering who you are. Don't let other people's opinions about you dictate your character. Sit with yourself. Remember, you're an amazing person. You're watching this video. I know you're an amazing person. Someone who doesn't take the time to think about their character and reflect for the better and grow as a human, they don't watch these kinds of videos. Only people who care about that watch these videos. So I know that about you without even knowing you. There's a good person in there. The outside world's opinions and perspectives about you, whatever you're going through, whatever the situation, me getting fired, for example, doesn't make me any less of a person. I'm still a good man. There's still opportunities out there, even though I'm at rock bottom and technically unemployed, no job, no money coming in, besides a little change from YouTube, which I'm eternally grateful for. To each and every one of you, all the people who donate, even something as small as like, comments, subscriptions, that help grow the channel, really help me keep my head above water, and especially now. But I don't want to make this video sound like I'm trolling for donations, but if you find value in this, consider the super thanks. Moving on. Bad things do not determine who you are. You determine who you are. You absorb the impact, the emotions, all the feelings, and by all means, feel it out. This shit sucks. It hurts to go through things like this. Sometimes you gotta cry. There's nothing wrong with feeling your emotions, expressing them, but make sure, even in the darkest times, you find a way to come back to center. That's why I talk about core values so much, because the world will spin and spiral and throw you in so many directions, and my lease here expires in like 3 days, so I have to leave. So it's back to the road for me. Pretty sure I'm gonna head back to Dallas, but I could technically go anywhere. Got nowhere I need to be. There's no place that's home to me. I could go to Vegas, California, but I'll probably end up going back to Dallas. The point being is that, reset button was hit on my life. And even though I really love being out here in all this beautiful nature and living so close to the trails, I gotta go. There's no job for me here. This is not the path I'm meant to be on. This is not my destiny. I've had a lovely time here in Flagstaff, Arizona, all things considered. And I met some amazing people. Maybe I'll never see them again, but I did meet some good people, make some friends while I was out here. But the point is, life goes on. Keep on keeping on. Just be. You might not have a plan figured out just yet. You might not know what your next move is, but trust me, marry and meditate, sit on it, go for some hikes, go for some walks, clear your head, put down the TV, put down the screens. And even me, I'm guilty of this. Like after I got fired, I was a vegetable, man. I was a bodybuilding vegetable. I just hit the gym every day, really hard, meditate, and just lay on the couch and Netflix, Cobra Kai, Kim's Convenience. I've been binging all the shows because I've been numbing. And today, actually, 2 weeks later, it's the first day I took myself out of the house to actually go hike and enjoy this nature while it's still here, because I haven't wanted to leave the house, man. After this, all the feelings with this, your boy's been just wanting to you bum and just not do anything. But you can't do that. Eventually you got to get back on the horse, get back out there, find a new opportunity, a new direction for your life, because you are the creator. Experiences don't get a say in how you feel about yourself or the direction you take your life. And even if it feels like you're rejected and rock bottom and I'm not good enough, I got fired from my job, this person left me, that doesn't mean you're any less of a person. Doesn't mean you're any less of a human. You still have value to offer to the world. I challenge you to get out there, figure out what your purpose is, and trust the process. Know that these hard times are just building a better character for yourself, and they will always pass, and a new destiny will befall you and me. So be excited for the road ahead and the adventures and experiences and self-growth that you have yet to experience. Anyways, guys, hope this helps some people out there going through some low moments and maybe just not feeling too good right now, because, well, things will get better. So stay true to your path. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm out. One last view. All right, love you guys. Grateful, appreciate every one of you.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Got a buildup of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way.